I wanted to switch gears slightly to another tool that we have. If you bear with me here while I pull this back up. So we have another tool called Google Fusion Tables. Was not built as a mapping tool per se, if you're familiar with Fusion Tables, but one really nice feature of it is that you can work with really large tables, really big spreadsheets. You can bring it into this tool, and then you can visualize that data using the Fusion Tables interface pretty easily. You can build a map as just one option. You can build charts and line graphs, bar graphs. So sometimes a map isn't the story or isn't the tool you want to use. So kind of Fusion Tables helps you do that. It's a lot more as well. But today, since we're talking about mapping, I just kind of wanted to show you specifically the mapping feature of Fusion Tables. In case this is a better solution for you guys. To show you a quick couple examples of how people are using Fusion Tables, this is kind of an older example, but I really think it shows off the power of the tool. The Guardian basically got a huge spreadsheet from WikiLeaks. It was thousands and thousands of rows documenting each of the deaths and injuries during the Iraq War. And maybe you guys have seen this example. But so this is a huge spreadsheet, and what are you going to do with that? Are you going to embed that on your website? Or are you going to just share the link with your readers? Probably not. But instead, what they did was they imported that into Fusion Tables, and I'll demo that in a second. And they were able to, plot all the different events in this spreadsheet, and then it really tells a stunning story and kind of the density of the points, as well as being an interactive map. So you can zoom in and you can kind of explore more information about each of the events. So I think it's a really interesting kind of use of the tool. And then you can see they flipped it to our satellite map as well. Another really nice feature of Fusion Tables, as we start getting into mapping and geography, if you have boundary data, so this map that you're seeing here is by Swiss TV. So they were basically mapping the Russian populations in each of the ex-Soviet republics. And so you can see here they have so they have the numbers, and they put a legend up there, the percentage of the populations. And then they also had that boundary data. So when you have that information, you can overlay that onto the map and start styling and customizing it based on the data that you have. It sort of takes it beyond a point map. So when you have that data, it kind of can be really interesting. And then you can see they kind of colored it based on the percentages that they had. And sort of in the same lines of that, this is by a data journalist in the Netherlands. His name's Jerry. And this is a map on firearms ownership around the Netherlands. So you can see here that, the dark municipalities are just higher percentage, and then the lighter colors, you get the idea. But these are the kinds of things you can start building just as one feature of Fusion Tables. And then I also mentioned you can do charts as well, so interactive charts, bar graphs. And this is actually all from one Al Jazeera story. They built a map, they built a kind of a timeline chart at the bottom, and then as well as a bar graph, all in the same story, just taking bits of different data that they had in the same Fusion Table.